I drove down to Guatemala a few months ago.
Yeah, you've actively been trying to get killed.
It was fun, dude. I only got robbed twice.
We're ready to go in under a minute. You ever seen efficiency like that?
I'm pretty efficient. 1 minute.
You've ever got your oil changed?
I've gotten my oil checked.
You never got it changed? Just checked?
Yes.
Okay.
Check my anyway. So thumb up the butt.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. You've never had someone do the full change?
What is it? What is the change?
He doesn't know.
Is this Blue Mountain State rules?
I don't know those rules.
What? Yeah. What did
For
we
oil
just
change?
we just do it?
I've probably ruined the joke if you guys don't.
Yeah,
No, I'm
know
just
the
saying.
reference.
We just go change his oil.
Yeah.
Okay.
No. The oil change. There's the oil check.
Right.
Oil check.
Yeah.
Oil.
Now the change is,
Oh God. Oh.
and then you put some new stuff in.
Yeah. So the oil change is like pre-drug test. Like you're draining your bladder, then replacing it with good pee.
So I can pass a drug test.
It wasn't for PP though. Was what I was
We're
thinking.
talking about poop.
Oh.
You're talking about making him shit and then feeding him sandwiches or something.
And then putting it
You're
back
putting it
up.
back through the hole.
Yeah.
You're
instead
changing
of like a
the
spout.
differential fluid. Okay.
But we're getting we get somebody else that's healthier's poop, and we put it back in
Healthy poop.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've heard that before. That's a sickness people can get where they have issues in their bowels and you have to take a pill that's literally just someone else's shit in a pill
gross.
for your gut biome to like
That's not fun.
work right.
I don't like that.
Just shit pill. And here we are at Time for Pie.
Hi, welcome to Time for Pie with Disgusting Justin, and I'm the one being disgusting.
Yeah, we started it out.
I've changed now, bro. I'm normal, bro.
Did you go? Did you like join a? Are you
join
going
a cult.
around like recruiting religion?
Yeah, I joined a cult, dude.
A cult?
Yeah. It's yeah, I don't know. I was thinking on my toes.
You
I was
had
like,
it. You
Yeah.
could
I
have
was like,
gone
I joined a
any
cult.
direction
Yeah.
with a cult. That would have been great. Like, oh, well, you know what? This is a great thing that you bring it up.
It's a cult or-
Let's pretend you're designing a cult.
The cult is Republican missionary sex only, right? For reproduction purposes.
Okay.
But you reproduce with as many humans as you can.
We're just trying to
Humans.
really get the numbers
Humans, not girls, not guys.
Humans.
Yeah.
up. Okay.
I'm more in a quantity phase than I am quality in my life right now.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. So
that.
design us your cult. Like, are you the one being worshipped in the cult, or are you the one that speaks to the entity that is worshipped?
To be honest, I wouldn't want to be worshipped. That's kind of weird. Like the thought of like, it's just fucking weird.
I don't like people that over compliment.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
How
And
weird
on,
is
on a
that?
serious
a
note,
lot,
right?
yeah.
Whenever people
Calm
are
down.
like, every time I do things in life that are good, and people are like, dude, you're fucking killing it, bro. And like, you're like, oh, thanks, man. They're like, dude, fucking.
Oh man, like,
And they just
yeah,
keep
you're
going.
So, dude, you look so good, dude. Have you been working out? Like, I'm
You're
like,
the
what?
fuck? And they're like,
fuck
damn,
is-
dude. Oh, one time I talked about this a while back when we did the Marlon Wayne podcast. But when like I was, long story, but I ended up bringing a dude home by accident. Right? I know it sounds crazy, but there was like a fight that broke out, and the cops were there, and I just met this dude, and he's like, hey man, I know I just met you, bro. You mind if I just crash your place? But it's like, California is like that, right? Also, I
sure,
was
yeah.
naive, right? Yeah. And anyway, so like this guy was all macho, like showing me like chicks. Look at this chick, bro. You want to bang this chick, right? And I was like, yeah. Fucking for sure. He's like, get my number, dude. And I had no idea. Just like gotten out of Afghanistan. So when he gave me his number, I sent him like squirting emojis as like a joke, right? Because I thought that's what like guys do. Because like that's what you do with their Marine buddies, right? Like,
yeah, sure.
and I sent him like squirting emojis, and he like looked at me, and then he sent me like eggplant and smiley and kissy. And I was like, yeah, cool. This guy's funny. Anyway, fight broke out. It was two couples, and this guy was all macho the whole time. And the cops were involved, and he's like, hey, bro, they're my ride, dude. I know I just met you. Do you mind? Can I just crash your pad? I'm staying at their place. It's like, yeah. And right as I'm pulling up to my apartment, this is in California, right as I'm pulling up, and I'm like walking upstairs, the first thing he says is he's like, why? I went to a comedy show alone. They see Marlon Wayne. Long story, but excuse me. He's like, why'd you go alone, bro? I'm like, oh, got stood up. It was Tinder, got stood up. And then he was like, yeah, bro, but you're like attractive. I was like, oh, thanks, man. And he's like, you're like really attractive. And I was like, oh, fuck. Because I was like putting my key in the door, and I was like, I don't normally do this, right? Like, because I jiggled it. And then I opened the door.
That wasn't the line to say.
Yeah, I know. No, I didn't say that part. That's adding a tag right there.
Because that just added to it. He was like,
And no, dude, I opened the door.
Went a little bit.
And it's when I was fighting full time. And so fighters are broke as shit, right? And so we had a dude in the living room with like a California King mattress.
Yeah.
And so we walk in.
I like that it's a California King on the floor in the living room.
Because we acquired it. Like somebody was like, do you want this free bed?
That's gigantic.
It's fucking huge, bro. So we had we had one couch on the corner of the room. And so like I used to walk girls by back in the day. And I'd be like, hey, you want to come back with me? And I would walk past my sleeping roommate and the fucking huge mattress in the living room. No other furniture. Walk them by, get them into my room. And I'd like start trying to kiss them. And they'd back off and be like, let's go ahead and address the huge mattress and the guy sleeping in the living room. And I was like, oh, that's we're helping him out. We're letting him stay here.
He got in a big
Right.
fight.
Yeah.
He got in a big fight with his wife, a girlfriend,
yeah.
or I
And,
think he's single, but there was a fight.
Yeah. And so it was pretty funny, but like I walk in and I'm like, oh, my phone's going to die. I'm going to get my charger. And as I walk into my room, this dude just threw himself on my bed, right? Boom. And I'm like
ass up or
like he just threw himself in my bed, like if he was going to sleep there.
Now you're like,
So I'm like in this weird situation, like what the fuck? So I go back outside or I go back out to the California King, right, with my buddy, and he's just hitting a bong, dude. He's just like, and I'm like getting bzz, bzz, my phone's like ringing, right, and I'm like getting messages, and I don't even have his number saved yet, but all I see is like our texts are like squirting emojis and eggplants, and then he says, Justin, are you coming to bed? And I'm like, the fuck? And he's like, Justin, are you coming to lay down? Justin. And then he says, come cuddle. And I'm like, so the number's not saved. So my roommate's like hitting the bong and I like look at him and we're always like hooking up with girls and like, you know, playing it up and stuff. So I show him my phone and he's like hitting the bong. He's like, and he's holding the smoke in and he's like, and he gives me this look like, who's that? And then I like point to my room, right? And then he like looks at my room and he looks at my phone and he looks at me and he just goes, blows all the smoke out. He's like, I'm way too high for this shit. Like, right? And I brought some dude home and I fucking, it was weird. So I walked over to my room because I had a pistol and I grab it and he starts getting all comfortable.
you're just gonna kill him.
Right? I just fucking bam, bam, bam. I was like,
hey, Greg, come over here.
hey, bro,
We gotta get this out of that bed.
I was like, hey, bro, what's up, dude? You want to join my cult? He's like, how? And I'm like, bam, 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 bam. Fucking,
You're going
boom. Right? Like,
we did it.
yeah, we did it.
We did it.
Yeah. It's where we send each other eggplant emojis and then I kill you and then I kill myself. Boom. Right? Like,
It's a trick, dude.
yeah. So,
Damn.
fucking, we're all going to heaven, dude.
We're going
It's
straight to
just
heaven, dude.
Going straight to heaven. You're going to worship me,
No,
dude.
don't try and kiss me, dude.
There's
We're trying to
only
go
two
to
of us.
heaven.
Yeah. Bam, bam, bam. And I walked over to my roommate and he was like, and I was like, bam. I was just like, yeah. Yeah, anyway.
Damn.
Anyway, so, no, dude.
So you killed this guy.
So I got done killing this guy. And so he got all comfortable and I come back to the living room and I slept on the couch at night and we had a cat at the time, right? And the cat would like make a noise and I would just like wake up, dude. I was like, oh shit, it's just a cat. And so cool. So in the morning I had to go teach a jiu-jitsu class and I panic. So fast forward a little bit, I'm telling this exact same story. Do you know who Mike Ness is? Social Distortion?
I don't think so.
Right? He started like punk rock, right?
Yeah, Social Distortion.
So Social Distortion, right? He's the lead singer. And he used to train at our gym because it was like a garage hole in the wall gym and like nobody knew who he was. Like we knew who he was, but everybody would just see some dude with tats like hitting the bag. And so we're waiting for the somebody to come open the door, right? Someone was running late. So they're like, hey, what'd you do last night? I'm like, dude, you're never gonna fucking get, dude, I brought a guy home. And they're like, whoa. And I'm like, hear me out.
Nice,
Hear me
bro.
out, dude. Hear me out. Hear me out. And they're like, what? Dude.
And I killed him.
So I was like, oh.
And then I killed him.
Yeah,
I was like, isn't this funny, bro? Isn't this funny? And so like, and then I pulled my pistol out and they're like, whoa, and it's bam, 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 bam. I was like, I love you, Mike Ness. I'm your greatest fan. He's like, what? I'm like, bam. I'm like, okay. I was like, Dimebag? He's like, Justin, you're crazy, right? I woke up, I was in the VA hospital all tied up and shit. I was like, oh. I was like, you know, I always have this thing that we're like, I've got like a stand-up bit where like I say that I'm autistic and it's like a whole bit. Every comic has a stand-up bit. But then like what's funny is I've done all this cool shit in life, right? Like I was on Naked and Afraid, Sniper in the Marines, I'm a stand-up comic. And sometimes I think this is all fake. As like life is starting to advance, I'm like, what if this is all fake, right? And I'm just like, so when I'm on stage, I'll be like, oh yeah, so I'm autistic. Or I'm like, what if this is all not real? Like, Mom, I just did a comedy show. I was on Naked and Afraid. She's like, yes, you did, sweetie. Mom, I did a podcast with Marlon Wayne. Yes, you did. Mike Ness was there. Sweetie. Like, I got a big dick, Mom. I got a big dick. She's like,
Sure did.
Yep. You got it from your autistic dad.
Mama's big
yeah,
dick boy.
Yeah, that's what I call you.
I'm on the podcast with JT and Kayla France. Sweetie.
Wrap a tube around your arm. One more.
Yeah, man. But I'm telling this story to Mike Ness, right?
Yeah.
And he's just like listening to me. So I'm like, yeah, man. So anyway, in the morning before I got here, I like wake him up and I like knock on the door and I open it, or I don't knock on the door. Fuck that. It's my place, right? I like walk in. And then I didn't know what to do. I panicked. So, and this is like before the whole like hashtag like love everyone movement kind of shit. I just felt awkward. I was like, I don't know what the fuck to do because this guy tried to bang me in my own house yesterday. But I did, to his credit, I did bring him home, right? I guess.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
Mixed messages.
yeah,
a lot
mixed
of them,
you know,
yeah.
now I get it. So I apologize to every ex-girlfriend I've ever had. Anyway, and to that guy, if you're watching this, wherever the fuck you are, if you're watching this, dude, hit me up, dude. Bam. Okay. Fucking.
No, he saw the beginning, dude. He knows you're gonna kill him now.
So yeah, dude, join my cult.
Could you
bro.
imagine if you just told that story? Like, I just fucking bam, 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 bam. Even though it didn't happen, but if
Yeah.
you just kept to that story.
Yeah, dude, and then I just get up and leave.
You just hard stare at everybody, and
Right.
they're like,
Just
"Wait,
killed him.
is that?" Yeah, he's
And so
fucking. It
so
was a
dude,
mess.
So I show up in the morning and I'm trying to kick him out, but I don't know how to do it because I've never had a guy try and fuck me in my own house before, right?
Yeah.
And so I have a cup of tap water and an apple, right? I'm trying to give him like breakfast, like hey, like here, here's an apple and water. Like, can you get out of here, right? And so as I'm telling the story, I was like, dude, so anyway, and didn't even think anything of it. I'm like, I'm trying to kick him out because I got to teach his class. I'm like, hey, bro, you got to go. And I'm like, here's water and an apple. And then Mike Ness is like, you gave him breakfast, you fucking cock tease? And everybody started laughing, right? And he kept messaging me, come cuddle all night. So it's funny. Eventually I kicked him out and he leaves. And then he sends me a message like, yeah, sorry about last night. When he wakes up, he's like, what happened last night, bro? Like all macho again. And I was like, no, don't act like you didn't try and fuck me, dude. Like, and so he leaves. And then after that, like my nickname, or he texted me like, you should have came and cuddled though, LOL. And I just blocked him. I was like, fuck this shit. And then Mike Ness,
should have fucked.
yeah, but for real, like he was like, sorry about last night, bro. I don't remember what happened, LOL. And I was like, yeah, no big deal, not my thing. And then he's like, you should have came and cuddled though, LOL. And I just like blocked. And I was like, fuck.
Bro, you were putting the key into the top lock of your front door
As
and
he was telling me.
No, in his head, he was just holding
Yeah,
your
yeah,
head,
yeah.
just bro.
He's like, he's 5'5", bro. He's for
He's like,
sure
this is
a
gonna
bottom
be
guy.
so fun.
Yeah, it's
God,
gonna be
I'm
so
just
fun,
gonna
dude.
toss him around.
I love me these little
We're gonna-
petite Latino,
yeah,
man.
We're gonna
like,
get sweaty.
Yeah,
we're just
dude.
gonna wrestle. Like
Yeah,
it's gonna
dude.
stink.
We're gonna butt
Yeah.
wrestle.
yeah, dude. He probably walked in and saw my roommate, and he's like, "Oh fuck yeah, dude." He lives in a bunch of
yeah, we're gonna get this
Another
guy
dude.
in.
This place
Another
is
dude,
made for
right.
fucking.
Yeah. And
no.
man, so fucking after that, Mike Ness, every time I'd see him, he'd be like hitting the bag, and I like wouldn't talk to him all the time, but I just like say what's up to him, and he'd be hitting the bag, and he'd be like sweating, taking a break, and he'd look at me and be like, Justin, come cuddle Governale. And I was like, wow, fucking Mike Ness knows who I am, dude. The leader of punk rock knows who I am, not for like the reason you would think it is, but fucking.
I love this. Come cuddle Justin.
Yeah. Come cuddle. So that's what I'm saying. I changed, bro. I'm no longer discussing Justin. I'm Justin. Come cuddle.
Come cuddle.
Yeah, come
I
cuddle.
think that's a very softer
Come,
rebrand.
Yeah.
Come cuddle Colts. Governale, dude. Oh, yeah. Triple C, dude.
Wow.
Triple C.
I think you just got a new.
You know, like-
every woman out there is thinking about this now. Like they want to cuddle.
Yeah. Like Henry Cejudo is like Triple C, the triple champ, right? Fuck
Yeah.
that, dude. Come cuddle Colts.
I saw this meme the other day that was like asking the question like to women, like do women look at guys and just go, God, I want to suck the shit out of that dick.
I don't know, man.
There was some girls that I used to know growing up that were like that, and we literally asked them that, and they said yes.
Oh, wow.
Like there's definitely plenty of girls out there because, like, obviously, men think about that way more, right? Like,
Well, I mean, every time I meet a new
to an
dude, I think about
extreme.
how yucky their dick would taste.
Yeah,
Right
exactly.
away.
Like, yeah,
You do that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Like,
men
you're like,
think
ew.
about doing
I'm like,
sex
changing
stuff.
his oil would
Yeah.
suck.
Oh man, it would be weird to fuck that dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like, like in a recorded note, like, people have done surveys and shit, men obviously seem to think about it more from the general studies.
Nature.
Yeah, but there's been plenty of women that I've talked to, and like girls that I've dated in the past that were like, no, I'm like horny all day. But there's definitely those girls out there.
Eggs are swollen.
There's definitely, yeah.
You're like, what?
What? Yeah, and that's
Swollen egg.
Yeah, man.
Every time girls are like, I don't know what it is about today. I'm
You're
just
ovulating,
super
bitch.
horny. Yes,
That's
yes,
what it is.
yes.
You're ovulating. Get
You're
away
like,
from me.
yeah. You're like, yeah.
Spraying them with a spray bottle.
Yeah,
You're
that's
like,
what
want
it
to join
is.
my cult?
Yeah, but no, yeah. I feel like there was a movie about that not too long ago too, where it was like women that were just like watching news. It was like a cat calling, but women were just like, "Let me suck the shit out of that dick, dude."
Oh, I think that is a skit. Yeah,
he was like,
hilarious, dude.
"Yeah,
I'm a human, not a sandwich.
yeah."
Dude, I've got a stand-up bit without delivering the whole stand-up bit, but it's a true story.
Okay.
And it stems from, like, you've heard old school like podcasts with me, bro. I used to be crazy like in the whole bed thing, but when you realize there's a lot of shit going on internally that you need to solve. So when you're hooking up, you're like doing all this crazy shit, and vice versa. You hook up with women and they do crazy shit, and then you start asking them questions like, "Hey, where is your father?"
That's what you go for first.
Yeah.
Thing? That was some awesome sex, but
Where's your dad?
Let's talk about
I'm
your
like,
dad.
oh no, he hung himself when I was 9. Like, makes
that makes
sense.
sense.
Tell next time you like talk to him or whatever, tell him I said thank you. But
Yeah.
it's fucked up. But dude, I was doing this whole like the whole stand up bit. I use it's a real bit, but I changed the words, right? I used to be like, tell me you love me, and then it used to be all this dirty raunchy shit. But as you do comedy, you have to evolve. You can't just be super raunchy all the
raunchy.
time.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'll be like, tell me you love me. And then I'll be like, you did the best you could with what you had. And then I'll be like, tell me I'm your favorite. Right? Like, and I do that whole thing. But it used to be like, tell me you love me. Are you whatever? Are you a whore? All this stuff. So where was I going with this? Fuck, I don't even remember. No, I'm just kidding. No, so I was hooking up with this girl, and I was doing like this whole chaos thing, right? Like, oh, like she brought out my sex demon, dude. She even got me to do the whole like your mother sucks cocks in hell, right? Like the whole fucking. And
This girl did this.
No. She was. I was just that's all joking, but like, and the real thing that happened is I was like doing my thing, and then, like she starts choking me, super serious, and she's like, and it's the first time that we ever like did this. And she starts choking me, and she's just like, first of all, she brought me to another house. She's like, I have another house. Where do you live by? Oh, I've got a house by there. So I'm like, oh, fuck yeah, dude. Like, another house by there, rich for sure. And she just pulls up to like this fucking side piece pad, right? And so we're like hooking up. And the reason I say that is because when we're hooking up, she starts choking me, and she's like, like we're just going, we're going. And then she starts choking me as I was trying to be all crazy and aggressive. And she's just like, you're just my little fucking side piece. And I was like, and as I open my mouth, dude, I swear to God, she fucking goes when she spits in my mouth, bro. And yeah, I swear to God. And then she starts saying, fuck me harder, side piece, fuck me harder. And for some reason, right then and there, I was like, ah, and I like finished. And then like start trying to lay down, right? And she's like, get up. We're not sleeping. I was like, huh? I can Uber. She's like, no. And so she just drove me home with the radio off, dude, all fucking degraded and shit. And then and this isn't the bit. Like I have a bit where I like built it up a certain way, but she fucking jostled me off to my house that I've worked my whole life to like get into, right? Because I stepped on floors growing up, and she pulls up to my place. She's like, oh, these are cute little apartments. And I was just like, fuck, like fucking crazy shit, dude.
Thanks, ma'am.
Yeah. So the whole like talking about the crazy shit, like it happens. You know, women do it too, is what I'm saying.
She's like, oh, Justin. He turns around and she like punches a card and just hands it to him.
Yeah.
I'll see you later.
Yeah, I was like walking inside of my house. Yeah. Next thing you know, I'm like walking inside of my house, and I'm like, where the fuck did these high heels come from? I'm like walking inside my house with black ass feet, right? Like doing the walk of shame.
Yeah.
You just put your punch card on the fridge.
Yeah. And I texted her in the morning, and I was like, hey, last night was hot. And it was like seen. She left me on red, and I was like, what the fuck? And then it was like, how does it
Bro,
feel?
you got fucking
Bro, it was insane.
used.
So like, so the bit, right? I end up saying that like I woke up, texted her, seen and all this, and then I'll say like, anyways, she like fucked up my confidence. I was like, anyways, got out of bed, I peed. As soon as I got done peeing, I stood up, right? And I paused, and everyone starts laughing. Like she just fucked me up, right? And it's like it's a whole thing. But
Yeah.
It's crazy because what I'm saying is like women, we say things like, oh, women and men are super different, but they're not always. You know what I mean? There's fucking vicious women out there.
Some are smart and they know.
That's one. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's when
she
it's
knew
real
exactly
bad.
how to fucking just.
Yeah, at the end of the night,
carve it
she's
out.
like, I'm gonna change your oil, Governale. I was like, no.
Yeah, I'm changing your
Yeah.
oil.
And she's
she
like,
has, she has a Tupperware
yeah.
under the pillow of new shit.
She's like, do you want to join my cult?
Pulls the pistol.
Yeah, it's not even a pistol. It's just like a huge like I'm like and I wake up and I'm telling a comedy set, boom, and I'm like, I'm autistic,
dude. I put on the Eric Andre show today. And
Oh, dude, there's some
it
weird
was
shit like that. Yeah.
fucking chaos.
Yeah,
Like
it's
it was just
intense.
the intro, or
Yeah.
like they were supposed to be cooking something, but they were just fucking the whole setup. And he loads a fucking revolver and starts playing Russian roulette. I was like, what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah, dude. Fucking, I love that show, dude. They're
Yeah.
so dark.
Yeah,
They're so fucking dark.
They are crazy.
yeah, it gets pretty
But
unhinged.
they do shit that like back in the day would get them canceled, right? Or fuck,
Oh,
even
sure,
today's
yeah.
day and age,
Yeah.
gets them
You
canceled.
can't do anything anymore.
Yeah, but they do.
Dude, yeah. You can't prank orphans.
Yeah, you can't.
Dude, I don't understand how South Park just
They get
gets
away
away
with everything.
I think it's
Because-
because they nut like that's their brand. Like they're supposed to be the
But
ones.
also,
that
everybody
just-
knows that they're not even going to listen.
Yeah, they don't give a
Like-
shit. They
They're like, we're banning South Park. Trey,
no,
Trey
you're
and Matt are going to go, cute.
Yeah, that would be so
Awesome.
funny. Like if somebody tried like, wow, can't believe this episode, and they'd be like, cool. And I
they're
feel like
like,
they would make fun of that.
Oh man, all those stores with the $1 billion worth of revenue on our merch. Yeah. Oh no. Whatever.
Sure, it's gonna happen. We just got signed for 14 more
Yeah.
seasons.
Actually, Disney
Yeah.
is like on board
Disney
now.
wants
Yeah.
these.
Disney, do they actually?
No.
I was like, really? So I could say whatever
That'd
I
be
want
nice.
on this podcast?
Jeez. Well, that was exciting.
Oh, yeah.
So you're saying that you've straightened up.
Yeah, honestly, dude, yeah, I've changed a lot of shit, to be real. I know I said all this crazy shit, but that was all like previous stories. Like last week. But
like really working hard the last couple
no,
days. Yeah.
what I've realized being real, and this sounds kind of funny, right? Like doing comedy becomes your outlet. Even like this is cool as shit, right? And this is an outlet, and people listen to it, and it's an outlet. But what I used to do before I had comedy was I would find ways to make every single person laugh. And by that I mean like I'd be getting coffee or something, right?
Yeah.
And I just had to make like every person I had an interaction with, like asking for directions, I'd
Yeah.
have to make them laugh. And what you realize when you start doing comedy is that's where you put everything out there. And you still say crazy shit, right? But that's where you do it. And then you just get your stories and you add tags throughout it. And then you're done and you do well and you feel good. And the next morning, you don't feel the need to go fucking order something at a restaurant and like, let me see if I can make the server laugh. You're just like, time and place, bro. And so that's kind of what I've learned. And so in terms of
I don't
straightening
know,
up,
making random people like trying to shock random people is great.
yeah. Oh yeah, I still occasionally.
Yeah.
Pretty consistently.
I like saying it's like stupid, like see you later, alligator. Like it's stupid as fuck. And I've been trying to play with that. The other thing that I've been trying to say is I've got a stand-up bit on being autistic, and I talk about I'm trying to get more content for it. And so I talk about how like I diagnosed myself with autism by I took an online quiz and all this shit. And then so whenever
A
people
quiz
argue,
that you could grade yourself.
yeah. I'm like, I'll always be like, have you been diagnosed with autism? And then people like laugh. And then I'll be like, well, sort of. I took an online quiz, and then people laugh. And I'll be like, on Facebook. And then I have a whole bit on like why I think I am. But I did take a quiz and it said I was on the spectrum, right? Cool. So I'm like, I don't even know if it's true, but I'm just going to run with it. And the basis of it is that I just get into arguments. And when I have no more facts, I'm like, you really going to say that to me, man? I'm autistic. Right. And they're like, oh shit, so sorry, right? And so what I've been doing on Instagram is I go to our president's Instagram, and anytime he posts something like saving all this money, blah 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 blah, new jobs have been created. Yeah, for example, new jobs have been created more under my administration than anyone else. And then I'll be like, LOL, all these new jobs are all IRS agents trying to tax the middle class. And then people just start fighting and tagging me. And then I'll be like, why would you say that to me? And I'll be like, I'm autistic, period. And I'll be like, do your research, period. And I just laugh. And then people will be like, LOL, wow, you're really exploiting your vote or some shit like that. And then I'm just honestly, I'm just trying to get content. So like when I'm on stage, right?
Yeah,
But like,
you're
But it is kind of a cop out, right? And people,
Dude, if you haven't tapped into the endless amount of entertainment that you can have inside Facebook groups, bro, there's a Facebook group for everything. Like, I'm talking like, cat lover Facebook groups, fucking knitting Facebook groups, fucking, it could be the most obscure shit. There's a Facebook group for it. And you can get in there and like, you got to earn their trust first, and then you let the games begin. Like I infiltrated like flight attendant Facebook groups, like where they were all flight attendants for Southwest Airlines.
what did you? What would you say on there?
Oh, I kept them thinking that I was going through the process to become a Southwest flight attendant, but like I had this ongoing ruse that I brought my cat to the interview, and they were all telling me not to bring the cat to the interview. But then I go, hey, after the first interview, they said the cat could become, a mascot for, the South Texas region of Southwest Airlines. And they're like, what? No way. Like they said, after I'm done with all my training, the cat can fly with us in a suit. I said that I had a cat carrying bucket. Like
a bucket.
A bucket. He's got a great whiskey. He's got a great bucket that I bring with him. Like, and then that's when I photoshopped a package of dog dewormer, and it said 7-way dog dewormer and erectile dysfunction. And I was like, I got to take a drug test. Am I going to fail? I've been taking this stuff for 9 days. And people are like, why are you fucking taking dog dewormer? Why is there a dog dewormer and erectile dysfunction combo?
It makes me feel funny or whatever.
So yeah, then they found out because I was publishing on other pages everything that was going on, and I got kicked out. But I'm just saying that is it's a new era for you. Because you can get in there. You can get into, Backstreet Boys fan club Facebook groups, or it's anything.
And I see a lot of people do this stuff. Like there's a lot of that goes on Twitter. And recently I saw a guy who was causing all kinds of shit in some post. And then he just stopped responding to all of the people like getting pissed at him. And then he like posted a picture of like a hospital room. And it was like somebody's legs on the hospital bed and like a TV. He's like, sorry guys, I've not been super active responding. I'm in the hospital with my grandpa right now. And then you know how Twitter has that new feature where it's like, this is false.
Yeah.
It was like, this is another person's photo. This and it linked to a guy like the night before who was actually in the hospital with his grandpa. And then people were like, oh wow, this guy literally stole some other person's picture of them in the hospital and tried to like make us feel bad about being angry at him for some stupid shit he said. So
I mean, they're toning down and trolling. That sucks, bro.
Yeah.
No, dude, I think something that we should consider is, what if we were to all take a train to Los Angeles, per se, with one of the bed cars and a large sack of alcohol?
Just would be a lot of fun.
Us and maybe Jack Mandeville, Charlie Classic,
True.
Uncle Laser.
Oh man, yeah.
All taking a train.
Yeah. Can you take one there from here?
Yeah, San Antonio. You can take one. You can take one to L.A. You can take one.
How many days is that?
It's 3.
3 days.
3 days on a train.
And it probably makes like cool stops too the whole way. Man, that probably would be a lot of fun.
That'd be fun.
Why don't we try something like
We
this?
should do something like that.
Or what if we all
a fun video?
What if in the fall we all go to some like Ireland and go to a small fishing town and become fishermen for a month, and we have to just
learn
work
how
there.
to be Irish fishermen.
Just like fake something.
Just not faking it. You're just like, we're working the nets.
Yeah,
it's
we're
like
learning, yeah.
Hey, we're ready. We're ready to go to sea. Like we show up with our fucking raincoats and stuff.
Yeah, man. We should all fly to like I don't know, somewhere in the Middle East and just be terrorists for like a month, dude.
Living in caves, like digging like under people's houses, just making networks of caves and stuff. That'd be fun. That's just their main job.
It sounds like a lot of sweating and like
We're
dirt.
gonna be hot.
Yeah.
I drove down to Guatemala a few months ago.
Yeah, you've actively been trying to get killed.
It was fun, dude. I only got robbed twice. Right, that's real. It's like not even.
Were you joking while they were doing it?
No, fuck no, dude. Fuck no. I was with my buddy. My buddy is very logical. He's also crazy, but he's white. He's very white. And also, like, he lost his passport. He didn't lose it. We tracked it down, but it was like 6 hours before us. So we were flying it to a town like 10 hours ahead, and it was going to get there in like 2 days. And so he didn't have his passport, and we just took like 2 shots of liquor, 3 shots, right? And then we're driving, and I got pulled over. This guy's like, hey, man, like in Spanish, like, hey, güero, you made a traffic violation. I was like, no, I didn't. And so he starts trying to heckle me, and I know from being Hispanic that you're just heckling the cop. But when I'm doing it, my buddy's just like, Justin, no, like, how much does he want? Because he doesn't have a passport.
Yeah.
Right. And we've been drinking. And I was like, we're good. And he's like, motherfucker, Justin. Right. And so whatever, we paid him. But then I left him in Guatemala and I drove back alone and I got robbed again. And my crime was like, you're a foreigner and you're driving prior to 11 a.m. and your permit only says you can drive at this time. I'm like, no, that's not real. And then he's like, yeah, you don't even have a permission slip for your vehicle, like a permiso. And I was like, yeah, I do. And he's like, no, you don't. He's holding it. And I was like, motherfucker, dude. And so like we agreed. I heckled him down. And then
In Spanish?
In Spanish, right? And so I take
How
my
does that
wallet out.
sound?
Like he was like, I don't remember the exact amount. I'll just say like,
just do the whole thing.
3,000.
Yeah.
Like he like pulls up and he's like, hey, güero, es porque no traes tu permiso. Estás manejando antes de las 11 en la mañana. Mira, se dice aquí, hay un ley que dice que no puedes porque no eres de aquí, eres de Estados Unidos, right? I have a very white accent, but whatever. And so
No,
I'd
keep
be like,
going.
So I'm like, pues, ¿qué tengo que hacer? And he's like, pues, tengo que llevar tu camioneta. Like, I have to take your vehicle, right? Like, he's going to impound it, right? And he's like, tienes que venir conmigo. You have to come with me. And I'm like, pues, ¿qué puedo hacer? And he's like, si quieres, if you want, te puedo ayudar. I can help you. And he's like, pero me tienes que dar 3,000 pesos. Like, you have to give me 3,000 pesos. And I'm like, no tengo 3,000. Tengo 500, like 500. And he's like, nah, güero, no puedes. No, you can't. Necesito 2,000, güero. And I'm
How
like,
much is 3,000 pesos?
fuck, I don't even remember, dude, to be honest.
$50?
I think 50 pesos is like $2.50 or some shit. I don't remember.
3,000 is 175.
Damn.
Yeah, so
that is a
he's going
fucking
up-
bribe.
Okay, so I ended up talking him down to about 100-ish, right? And what was funny is I ended up being like, oh, nomás tengo 500. And he's like, nah, güero, es porque, like, it's because, and I'm like, I'm not stupid. You're literally robbing me, dude. And so we agree. And I said, okay, like whatever it was, like 2,000. We're okay, entonces 2,000 está bien. And he's like, okay. So I shake his hand like a man, look him in the eye, and I take my wallet. I actually still have pesos on me right now for like months and months, I think. I'm pretty sure I do.
Do you want to put them inside the chicken bucket?
These are Guatemala.
Oh.
It's from Guatemala, not pesos. Oh, I do have pesos right here. I have 200 right here, dude.
But he wanted 3,000.
Yeah, he wanted 3,000.
Yeah, gee whiz.
And so,
Banco de Mexico.
how much traveling? Actually, dude, do I have it? I don't have it. I just have a piece of paper that he gave. No, it's right here. Fucking A. I have it right here. I still have it in my wallet. Interesting.
Give you his phone number to text him?
No,
Wanna
so I
cuddle?
fucking take my wallet out and I give him the amount that I promised, but I had more money in my wallet. So then he's like, oh, did I say 2,000? I said 2,500. And instead of being like, oh, okay, I was like in Spanish, I was like, me dijiste 2,000. Like, you said 2,000. You said. And then he was like, no, te dijo 2,500. I said 2,500. I was like, no, dijiste 2,000. And then he's like, no. I was like, esto que tengo. No. And he's like, okay, 2,000. And he shakes my hand, and this shit's all stuck together, right? But, oh, it's a sticker. Oh, cool. I never even noticed that. But I'm going to keep this. It's a souvenir. But this is, look, right here, he writes his badge number on the back. Apparently, that shit's not real. And it's a fucking, like a little sticker. And he told me, when you get pulled over again, just present the sticker and say that you already paid your fine. And I was like, yeah, sure, that's going to fucking work.
It could.
It could. And he wrote down, like, fucking, the infraction is this and whatever the fuck. I don't even know what the fuck this really stands for, right? But the way I perceived it was next time I get pulled over, because I had paper plates, by the way. I drove down to Guatemala with paper plates. It's fucking stupid, right? I just bought a new vehicle to go down. And I'm driving back alone, and he gave me this piece of paper, and then he was like, here. And so the way I perceive this is like, next time I get pulled over, I was just going to be like, they already robbed me, dude. Look, I promise. Here's proof. And they would have been like, okay, right?
Yeah.
But it was fucking dope. It was dope as shit. I regret none of it. I had a badass. I trained with Mexican wrestlers, dude.
Yeah.
Like, they saw my
cool.
ears and they were like, hey, you train? Stop by my gym. And he thought I was lying. I documented the whole thing, right? But like I fucking show up to a gym and I train with these Mexican wrestlers. And there's like a whole thing behind it. They like, the reason they wear their masks is there's like a whole culture. Do you know the culture about it? Do you care?
Luchadors?
Yeah. Do you understand where it comes from?
No.
So like back in the day, it used to be like looked down upon to be like a Mexican wrestler, right? Like in the day and age of gentlemen, it was like, oh, they're poor, right? And so this dude was a teacher and he wanted to help orphans. So what he did was he would wear a mask and he never revealed his identity because he would be frowned upon and he could no longer be a teacher. So he hit his face, started fucking everybody up, and it became kind of a novelty. So he was El Santo, right? And then a guy came in and he was named Blue Demon, and he started wearing a mask and he started fucking up El Santo every time they'd go. And so then it just became a novelty and everybody started wearing it. And so what I learned when I was down there is they all have a mask and they all have an identity. And when they are done, like the way they do like a Royal Rumble kind of deal, like every man for himself, and you have to jump out of the fence.
Yeah.
And everybody, like, it's such a show. It's so badass, dude. And when you're done, there's 2 individuals left and they both have to fight to like the death pretty much. It's not the death, but it's like, if I pin you, I have to unmask you and your face is disgraced and you can never wear this mask again. So if you put like 10 years of work into this mask and you lose, they unmask you and this mask is now retired forever. Everything you've worked for is gone, right? So it's kind of badass. I went to a match and I watched it. And these wrestlers, they train without masks, but I took videos and then I posted on my Instagram, like training with Mexican wrestlers. And the guy had added me on Instagram and he sent me a super serious message. Hey man, hey Güero, you know how serious we take this. Why are you showing our face in the video? I was like, oh fuck, my bad. And I removed it, right? And when I took photos with these guys, they'd say, hold on for a photo. They'd all put the mask on, or if they didn't, they'd go like this. And they all added me on Instagram. And you go to their fucking Instagram, and they're like at family weddings and shit, and they're like this with their fucking faces covered, or they're wearing masks. They take it super serious, dude.
Wow.
Kind of fucking
awesome.
cool.
Yeah.
And I got to train with them, dude, and they were like, fuck, they were teaching me. There's like tricks to like throwing you and all this shit. That's in Mexico City, dude, but it was fucking dope,
Damn,
bro.
how long's the
pretty
drive
awesome.
just to get out of Mexico?
So, well, the whole trip took me and my buddy like 25 days.
I mean,
Right.
it is crazy that you left the country with paper plates.
Oh, it was fucking dumb as shit, bro. And like, it was
I
dumb as
thought
shit.
you've changed.
Yeah, no, I did. I'm in the cult now, bro. Fucking, just down there, I had no power, right?
Yeah.
My cult, they were like, fuck your cult, dude. They were like, come cuddle for real. And I was like, fuck.
Come cuddle.
Yeah. But dude, it was so sick, dude. We fucking toured all over Mexico, bro. Like I found all these beautiful spots. One time we went to a waterfall and they were like, you can't leave. I tried to walk out at night. They're like, no, you're not leaving. I was like, yeah, no, you don't have Wi-Fi. I'm gonna go down the street. She's like, Güero, you're not allowed to leave. And I was like, no, I'm leaving. And he's like, you're not leaving. And I'm like, why? And they were like, the cartel patrol through here at night. And they'll probably, they might not kill you. They'll probably beat you up though and rob you, you know? And I was like, I just want to go get fucking Wi-Fi. And they're like, nobody leaves past 10. Like it's the rule. Like, there's a curfew. The cartel puts it out.
Oh.
And so he starts saying in Spanish, like the bad guys are going to be passing through. They come in like convoys of like 15, 20 vehicles with like machine guns and shit. And so the next morning I'm like, hey, did they come last night? He's like, yeah, only like 4 though. There's only like 4 trucks. And I was like, oh, right on. Fucking dope as shit though, dude. And like the adrenaline goes, like if we can't find our hotel and we're still like 2 hours away and night hits and like there's no fucking cars on the road, my heart's just racing and I'm driving and I'm like, fuck yeah, dude. Like so badass, bro. And again, I documented the whole thing for a fucking
Are we
YouTube
up
series.
next?
That sounds really
Dude,
cool.
dope as fuck. I promise. It's so fun. Dude, it was so fun, bro.
do that.
And what's funny is I bragged about getting into Guatemala with paper plates. And I was like filming it like, I'm about to get in the Guatemala. And I fucking hit the border of Guatemala and they didn't let me in. And their specific reason was you have paper plates. We're not going to let you in with paper plates. And I was like, dude, and you only get checked at the border with your vehicle. There was a free, like we parked our vehicle. They didn't let me in. So I was like, fuck it. Let's formulate a plan. We want to go to Guatemala. It was all to like save a dog and stuff, right? And so I fucking, I walk across the border and I get stopped. It seems like it's customs or some shit. They're like, hey, I'm like, what's up? They're like, do you want to change your currency from pesos to quetzales or whatever they call it, right? And I'm like, no. They're like, okay. And then I walked in, no stamp on my passport, no immigration. I walked in And then when I walked back, I got stopped. And there's a guy like, hey. I was like, what's up? And he's like, want to change your currency? That's the only time you get stopped. And so it's a trip. The closer you get to the border in Guatemala, you start seeing like families, dude. Like whole families. And they're carrying everything they own. And I don't know where the fuck they came from. But they're like, I'm going like 80 miles an hour or kilometers, whatever. Because, and they're like 10 feet from the highway. Like if I swerve, I kill a family. Right? Fucking nuts, bro. And they're risking like everything just to like make a better life, right? It's kind of cool, right? To witness all that. It's very, it sucks to like witness that, but it's like, it just gives you perspective, right? And fucking crazy. But I parked my vehicle and then I drove it back up somewhere like 2 hours away at some random airport. Me and my buddy flew into Guatemala. I left him there. And again, I was visiting a dog that I like blacked out the previous trip to Guatemala. I woke up, there's a dog in my room. Cool as fuck. So I'm like working to get him back here, right? I'm probably gonna go next month, but documented the whole thing. Dope as fuck. Only got robbed twice. It's fucking fun.
Only got robbed twice.
Just twice.
Even though I have changed, I did get blown by a lesbian, right? It's kind of cool.
Nice.
She's super cool.
Go on.
Yeah.
She was like, it's been 4 years since I've been with a man, right? And she was working at a hostel that we stayed in. And she was actually super cool, right? She blew me, right? But
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
yeah. But
Like, how did that so you show up to the hostel and she's like,
we were just drinking, like,
I want a man.
No. We just showed up and we were kind of partying with like every hostel you go to, it's got like a party culture, right? Like everyone's like, where are you gonna go? Let's not shower and go hang out, right? Okay, whatever.
Ooh.
So we'd go to these bars and then everybody left and it was just me and her. And it was very known that she was like, oh no, I don't. She would say stuff like, oh no, I'm very like whatever. She's very serious.
Yeah.
She took her whole lesbian thing like very seriously. But somehow, some way, we're like in the hostel and we're fucking around. And she's like, I won't sleep with you. But like she went down on me. And the only reason why I say that, the only reason why I bring it up is it was kind of it was interesting. And I'm not trying to be all like sex, but like the only reason I bring it up is when she was going down on me, she wasn't like going down on me like normal. She literally was going like this to me. Right? She's going like that with her tongue. And I remember just thinking in my head, like, what the fuck? Like, and then the next day we were like done. And then she was like, hey, yeah, last night I got kind of out of hand. She's like, I haven't even kissed a man in like 4 years or 5 years. I was like, oh, right. Why'd you choose me? She's like, I don't know. I was curious. And she's like, I still want to be a lesbian. I was like, God damn it. Fucking. Instead of being like, I turned her. She was like,
good job. You just
I had
kept
one job
her there.
dude.
Well, I don't think you could ever, like, you got to have some kind of magical taste in dick to change a lesbian just by her sucking your dick.
Yeah.
You're right.
She didn't really.
You'd probably have to. Yeah, it'd have to be magical.
It's funny I'm saying this. I'm like, I've changed, and I have.
I've changed.
I have changed, bro. It's 2 inches.
Yeah.
It used to be 1 inch. Now it's 2, bro.
You've been stretching it a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Each day.
You got to stretch and hold it.
Yeah.
And then you have somebody, your buddy, comes and smacks it. Well, you got it stretched.
It's like a different form of jelking.
As he changes
Yeah.
your.
You can't just let it go. You got to let it go slowly.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it was a trip, man. Like that happened on the trip. That was kind of cool. Very interesting, right? It was just
But you were actively claiming you were going to really, really bad areas.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
Pretty scary.
But to be real, there is areas that you're just like, yeah, you don't go out at this time. It's fucking sick, dude. It's such a fun experience. And then there's people that are like, man, we never seen Americans out here. And I was like, yeah. It's scary, but Mexico's beautiful, bro. But there's like some areas just at night you can't fucking go out. That's the only thing. So if you do that, it's actually a fun time. It's
I
fucking dope.
don't think I can do it.
You can, bro.
I don't think I could.
Let's go.
I think I
Wanna
would
go to
die.
Mexico?
I think I would probably die.
Well, yeah, you do stick out like a sore thumb.
Yeah,
People are
yeah.
wondering why.
Yeah, they're gonna
like,
be
why
like,
are you here?
I need to kill you.
Yeah, you just saying like, oh, I was just curious. Isn't
I just
going to
wanted
work?
to see what
They're
it
like,
was
no,
like.
no. You're coming down here to find somebody. Like,
What are you down here for?
yeah, and we're not going to
killing
believe you
you. Yeah.
1 second.
You know what's a trip is like before I was in the military, obviously, right? And like we set up checkpoints and it's just normal, right? But now there's checkpoints with like 50 cals aimed at your fucking vehicle and they're checking for drugs and everything. And then they like look at you, they ask you for your passport, they ask you for your papers. And your adrenaline's just racing. You're like,
Oh, shit. Is this what I was doing to people?
yeah.
gonna die.
And then also cartels apparently have checkpoints,
Yeah.
right?
dear.
I didn't hit any of those.
What are they
but, like,
checking?
they're just, oh, fuck, dude. When I left, I was talking all this shit, like, don't come to Mexico, don't come, like, joking in my videos. And then like 2 weeks later, you could probably, I think it was in December, or I'm sorry, it was in January. The fucking cartels broke out like one of their main prisoners in Sinaloa, right? If you look it up or whatever. But that's the one area that people were like, do not fucking go there. And I didn't. I went everywhere else. But 2 weeks later, there was this big cartel fight, and they broke their like Chapo Guzman's son out of the jail, and they were pulling people out of vehicles, stealing their vehicle. If you resist, they'll kill you. And they were making roadblocks for the military because the military was coming in.
Was trying to get in, so they were like,
they would take
damn, they're
vehicles and they would
organized.
line them up side like linear, right? So you couldn't, and they would blow the cars up and light them on fire. So now there's an obstacle to get in, right? And the military and everybody was fighting, and I just been posting like, yeah, I made it. Don't come to Mexico. And like days later, this crazy shit broke out, and everybody's like, hey man, are you okay? And I was like, I'm out. But other than that, it's fucking dope as shit.
Minor inconveniences.
That stuff makes me nervous. Even just like when we went on our last little hiking trip down to Big Bend, like at one section of the road, it's like 2 hours drive. You have like no service or anything, and you're going into Big Bend. And a lot of people had mentioned that they were like, just be careful. And like I had my gun. It was like four of us, like four grown men, but this road of nothingness for like an hour, like no lights, and we didn't pass any cars or anything. At one point, there's a car that's like turned like a little cockeyed in the road, and it's like so many people were outside of it, and they were like trying to flag us down. And I was like, should we stop? And everybody was like, no. Everybody was like, do not stop here. I was like, oh, okay. So we just kind of like kept cruising by. But even just like in that scenario, that's immediately what I thought. I was like,
It feels good though.
I was like, this
man.
is really shady. I was like, this is way the fuck out here. I was like there's so many people, and like there was probably 10 people there at this tiny ass car. I was like, what are all these people doing here at this one car? Like it just seemed really shady. So yeah, man, there's no way I could handle actually going down into all that shit. I'd be so nervous.
We do need to go somewhere this year.
Sure, not like murdery.
Well,
but
let's
like,
go to Puerto Rico. You want to go to Puerto Rico? There's Southwest flights out of Houston.
Yeah.
I've never been.
I've been, and it's amazing.
The only thing I know about Puerto Rico is my old roommate was from Puerto Rico, and he had a huge dick, dude.
Shit.
I'm sold.
So you think we could get huge dicks if we go?
Yeah, were you weighing it?
Yeah.
No, I just heard from all his Marine buddies because he was a Marine. Like, oh, dude, Santi's. And I was like,
hey,
yeah. And then one day he
Justin.
got out of the shower. He's like, what's up? And I was like, damn.
Hey, come cuddle Justin. Yeah. It's Thursday. I need you to weigh my penis.
Yeah. Dude,
Thursday.
Oh, I hate being your roommate.
this guy, he in Puerto Rico, he got shot way back when, right? Doing some stupid shit. And then he joined the Marines, but he got shot when he was in like the delayed entry program. And he got shot, and he's like, Mom, we can't tell the doctors, the hospital. So he took penicillin, and they packed his wound, and he fucking made it at boot camp. And he said the drill instructors were like, what is that? And he's like, this like he used to talk like this, right? But he said, this recruit got impaled. Like he was chasing a football, just climbed it. It's stupid. But anyway, crazy dude, changed his life around. Marines changed him. And I had just gotten out of the Marines, and I was in college. So I was like, I almost got in a fight in my apartment complex with some like random... It was like stupid as shit, but this guy got in a fight and was chasing. They're trying to find the guy that jumped his brother. So he's walking around this apartment complex with a fucking hammer. And he starts saying, like, I'm doing laundry. And he's like, what's up, dog? Was it you? And I was like, what, dude? And then he starts saying, he's like, it was some
I'm
Mexican.
doing laundry.
Yeah, I was like, hey, man. And he had a fucking hammer in his hand, bro. And I'm like, hey, I'm chilling. So now I go back upstairs. They probably see where I live. So I'm just like brushing my teeth in one room. I just showered and I have my pistol like everywhere just because I don't know they're going to come in. And then my fucking roommate was carrying all this stuff, and he had his pistol in his hand, and he opened the door, and so he barely cracked it open because he's holding all the shit, and he fucking kicks the door open, right? Because he's holding everything. And so the line of sight was from the door to me was the restroom, right? It was just direct line of sight. So I just hear boom, and I just grab my pistol and I turn around and I like kind of point it at the ready, and he just drops all this shit, and he's got a pistol in his hand, and he's like, because he's a veteran too, went to Sangin and shit, and he's like, bitch, I'll shoot you too. And we're like looking at each other at gunpoint, and we're like, and we like go and we hug and shit. Like, it's kind of a funny moment, right? And he's from Puerto Rico, but like looking back, you're like, fucking A, dude. Like that, again, time has passed. Now you're
different.
Yeah, I'm different
You're different now.
Yeah.
You're come cuddle Justin.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, that'll change a man, dude. Yeah. That changed it, man.
I'm in a cult. Bam!
How do you swear into my cult?
You have to get into the cult. You have to make a lesbian lick the tip of your penis.
Yeah.
That's the club.
That's how you get.
You want to get
Well,
initiated?
here's an observation I had last time I was in Puerto Rico.
Okay.
Was the beach was full, except there were no men.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
that's cool.
And they all wear like 80s style thongs, bikinis.
pretty cool.
Like where they're the real high,
Yeah.
like whale, like
Yeah.
thing. Like, and it was like, I'm talking like giant groups of like 15, 20 girls and like 50 of these all just hanging out together. It was very
Why
like,
were there no men?
I don't know. I don't know if it's just
Just at work?
If it's just unbalanced there. Like, is there just more women in Puerto Rico than there are? Dave, can you see what the women population of Puerto Rico? If that's like a known fact.
Puerto Rican
It's like
women
10
are
to
like
1.
beautiful.
Like, isn't like Arizona State University like 14 women to every one man?
That's pretty.
Have you ever partied there?
No, but I've heard stories.
Yeah, there's a lot of hot chicks, dude. A lot of blondes, right?
Yeah.
I'm more of a, I like Latino women, dude.
You're more of a Jamie type person.
Dude, I can just remember.
It's not
like,
that crazy. ASU is. It's actually less. It's 44% women.
How much?
Okay.
Yeah, 44%.
What about Puerto Rico?
That's a different graph.
80%.
he's like, oh God, it's 120 women to every one man. Holy shit! How did we not know this?
I got jumped in Arizona at a frat party. It was fun.
Nice.
Who did you piss off?
It was my fault, 100%.
Oh, okay.
Just got back from Iraq. I was still in the Marines, and we're all like, I heard the frat parties have tons of chicks, right? So me and a bunch of stupid Marines don't know how to control ourselves.
Yeah.
Went to a party, hitting on some girls. They kick us out, right? And all I remember, some chick was asking me, I had chest tattoos, right? She was like, oh, let me see your tattoos. And I was like opening my shirt. And then these guys are like, you got to go, bro. You got to go. And so they kick us out. And I'm like, big wooden door at this frat house, like beautiful house. And I remember just thinking like, I was kicking in doors in Iraq, but they're like paper thin doors. So I'm like, I could donkey kick this one down. And my friends are like, Governale, let's go. So I start fucking kicking the door backwards. And the door opens and some guy's like, may I help you? And I like look around and I just like did the fucking, what is that movie where he just grabs him by the face with Will Ferrell, fucking Old School or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I walk in and I just like face show him and I would just walk in. And that's all it took, right? And only one of my buddies followed me in. Everybody else is like, fuck you, you're stupid. And I go in and I'm like, go up to that girl. I start talking to her and then some guy punches me and I start laughing. And then like I look around and I see that there's a ton of dudes. So like he hits me again and I'm like not even fighting back. I'm all drunk. He hits me and I turn around and then I smack and dude, I get the shit beat out of me, right? All these dudes just jump on me. And then my poor friend, Draper, gets beat up and it was like a movie as everyone's like stomping me. It was like they took him by like one limb, right? Or like one person at each limb and they're carrying him away. And I'm like, Draper, and he's like, Governale. And they're like beating my ass. I beat his ass. They throw us out. We end up making it safe. And then we get to the car at that point and there was a Marine buddy of mine that was asleep and we like, hey, let's go. We're all fucking bleeding and shit. And my friend's like, no one does this to my brothers. We're like, no, dude, Corey, let's go, man.
Yeah.
Let's go. We already got our asses kicked. Let's go. And then he's like, fucking no. So he's making a scene and then like we have to calm him down. And then we get back to my friend's place. And I wake up and somehow one of my shoes got lost. And I woke up with all my clothes on, missing a shoe. And the first thing I did was I yawned. I was like, oh, and I was like, oh, fuck. My jaw hurts. And I'm like, what happened last night? And then my buddy's looking at me. He's all fucking beat up. He's like, you're a fucking idiot. And I was like, oh, yeah, fucking.
Yeah,
good
but I'm
times,
changed
man.
now.
Yeah, I'm changed now. Fucking. Yeah, dog. Let's go. I'm different, man.
You're different.
Different,
It's come cuddle.
Yeah, come cuddle, dude. Built different.
I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of our listeners are women. It's actually mostly women.
Yeah.
You think?
Yeah.
Yeah,
percentage?
at
It's a
least
lot.
7, 8.
It's a lot of women. A lot of women.
At least.
And
6.9%.
most of them are probably extremely aroused that you're on here
Yeah.
and they know that you're a changed man
Any lesbians out there?
and that you are single
Yes. Yes.
and frothing.
Yes.
You mentioned like all of these places having such high like female counts. I remember, like I'm from a holler, like little schools. Everything was so small. I remember when I went to college, like it was just mind blowing. Like when I went to WVU, like I would literally I would catch myself. Like I'd be waiting on the bus and I would just like be watching like back and forth, and I'd be like, what? Like just always. So I can't imagine going to a college where it's mostly women.
Or Puerto Rico.
Yeah,
it's all we.
Puerto Rico.
Did you confirm that? Is Puerto Rico all women?
No, it's not. You were just in a good place.
Yeah, that was just a really good beach.
San Juan, San Juan, Puerto Rico.
It was like a woman's exclusive
Southwest
beach.
flight,
Yeah.
boys. Why don't we just do it for a day? Go down there, get drunk, and come home.
For a day? What's the flight to there?
It's only a couple of hours.
Oh, yeah.
Honestly,
a
like
lot of
Costa
work.
Rica is like
Yeah.
the flight is barely 2 hours.
Really?
Bro,
Why don't
have
we
you
go
been
to
there?
Costa Rica? Oh, yeah.
Costa Rica's badass.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Well, let's go.
Let's do it.
Badass.
Yeah.
We should plan that one for
Yeah.
real. That'd be
Yeah.
fun.
I did another trip. I bought a one-way ticket into Costa Rica, and I bought my exit flight out of Guadalajara, Mexico. And I had 2 weeks, and I just had to find my way. It's fucking so bad. I like walked across the border in Nicaragua, got stranded. It was fucking sick, dude.
Your
I love
idea
it,
of
dude.
vacation
Fuck
is
yeah.
different than most.
Yeah, yeah.
You're like, I
I'm just
might
really
die.
trying to like
Yeah.
find a nice seat and have drinks.
Yeah.
Nah,
like
man.
I'm gonna splash around in the water for a while. I'm gonna get really sunburnt.
Yep.
I'm just exploring, bro.
We
like,
could go
I'm gonna get
fishing.
drunk as hell.
we
like,
need
you
to
know,
go fishing.
I like finding myself in vans with like strangers I've trusted to like get me from point A to point B, like several hours away. And I'm like acting cool with them, speaking Spanish, sitting in the back seat. My heart's just racing. I just see,
yeah.
I got no cell phone service, and I'm like, fuck, why am I erect right now?
This
Like,
could be it. This could be it.
yeah. Yeah, and then they get me there and they're like, hey man, thanks. And I'm like, fuck. Like, yeah, man, it's cool. I guess.
Yeah, it's cool. I guess you didn't try to kill me or
Yeah.
whatever, dude.
Yes,
I
this
love it,
wasn't
man.
the bang bus, fuckers.
Yeah. Haven't been in like a terrible situation yet.
changed.
good.
You're
That's
changed.
good.
There's still time.
Yeah.
Maybe
Oh,
maybe you
it's-
don't.
it will
Maybe
happen.
maybe you don't do that.
Yeah, no, I will. I'm gonna keep doing
But
it.
you know, you're
Would you
focusing
do-
on comedy now.
So
Yeah.
you were in Afghanistan at some point, right?
Yeah, I was in Iraq and Afghanistan, but
Okay. Would you go back and travel that one? I know a lot of people are so nervous for.
I want to go back to Iraq. I like fought in Iraq or whatever.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
fuck.
Can't go back to Iraq
yeah.
now. It's actually not crazy.
Yeah, it would be dope. And then Afghanistan, I just don't think it's smart. You're setting yourself up for failure.
It literally, it's so scary. And it's literally, it sucks because I love hiking, and me and my friends go on these hiking trips and stuff a lot too. And we follow a lot of these pages, and dude, some of the most,
saw, like, that dude
the
that
most
disappeared?
gorgeous. Well, yeah, obviously, a lot of really scary shit goes on, but some of the most gorgeous places I've ever seen are in Afghanistan. And every time I see them, I'm like, what? Oh, I'll probably never see this place. So
There's I do follow a couple of, I don't remember their names, right? But there's one dude that goes to every country in the world.
yeah,
I follow on Instagram. And then there's a woman, there's two women that I follow. One of them is just a like wanderlust traveler.
Yeah.
She's been to Afghanistan several times. And then the other one is Holly, I don't remember her last name. She's a reporter.
Yeah.
What a fucking badass, bro. Got embedded with the Taliban and everything, dude. Like
Shit.
at like the height of when everything was happening.
Holly McKay?
Yes. What a badass.
I know
bro.
Holly McKay.
What a fucking badass, dude. I've literally sent her messages before and been like, thank you for reporting on this. Like she'll just be like, thank you, right? Or like heart my shit. Like I'm just
Yeah.
some fucking dude, right?
Sure.
But that's fucking gangster, bro. She's got like metaphorical bigger balls than all of us, right?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Because literally every time you hear about some girl who's like loves hiking and then she goes there, she just gets cut into pieces.
Well, there was that kid. I saw this kid like recently, like tried to go out to that. There's an island. Off
Epstein
the,
Island?
No, not that one. But it's off the coast of India or Indonesia or something. Like like everybody, it's banned. Like you cannot go to that island because the indigenous
Oh,
people
yeah,
there
yeah.
will fuck you up.
Yeah.
Like
about
they
that. I heard
fucking
about
kill
that.
you.
Is it the cannibal
And
one?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And that
yeah.
kid was like, "Oh no, I'm gonna go teach him about
Jesus or
Bible."
something. Yeah, yeah.
And boom,
It
killed.
was like Arrow first thing. What like didn't he have a GoPro or something?
I don't know if
on
he
that
had the GoPro,
Yeah, they
but,
said something. It was like it was like he like.
I mean, he
landed
knew
and they
too.
just
He wrote a
immediately
letter.
Arrowed
like
him.
it was over the course of like 3 days. He was
Yeah.
like, I tried to give him gifts, it didn't work. Like they were throwing spears and shit at me, and then he's like, "Oh, okay, I'm going back, and then boom, dead."
I've got a buddy of mine right now that's traveling. The guy I went to Mexico with, he's traveling from like Bogota, Colombia to Medellin on just a scooter. Fucking dope as shit, right? And everybody's telling him, don't do it, fucking dangerous. And I'm like, I'll be your voice of reason, bro. Fuck everybody, do it. And he's like, LOL. He's like, what are you gonna say at my funeral? It probably could have been prevented. And I'll be like, hey, you single, right? And he's like, ha 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 ha. Like, fucking. But dude, I want to do that. I would love to go to like Pakistan and hop on a fucking scooter, right? And just fucking. That'd be
Yeah, but
dope.
it's not
Yeah,
like
it'd be
those
so
places
cool,
are
yeah.
not pretty.
Fuck yeah, that's what I'm saying, dude. They're beautiful spots.
Yeah.
No, they're not pretty. Pakistan is not pretty.
I'm sure it's got some beautiful mountains and stuff, right?
How about you try like the Swiss Alps first?
Yeah.
Have you thought about Reykjavik, Iceland,
Yeah,
Justin?
That's not, yeah.
How many lesbians are in Iceland, bro?
Like, have you heard
Probably
that
a
they're
handful, yeah.
completely redoing the red light district in Germany or in Amsterdam?
Man, I went there in 2000,
Pakistan does look pretty
2011,
dope, though.
2012.
What?
There's some good Pakistan pictures.
Yeah. Yeah. I think
My
they-
buddy did it from Pakistan to somewhere in India, I want to say. Can you do that? Is that possible? My dumb American.
Now,
right
India, that's a big place. That's not necessarily dangerous towards you.
Dude, I love the stories, man. I really do. And so what I'm focused on right now is I'm gonna travel again, and like fuck, I went to El Salvador, it was the murder capital of the world at the time, right? And I fucking was like, I'm gonna go hitchhike. Everyone's like, why? But all I did was document it on my Instagram, which I fucked up, right? But now I'm starting to get into content. I'm gonna go back actually in August. I don't know if you remember that firefight that I went to. Probably, I don't know if you saw it. Like,
Yeah.
we're just throwing fireballs at each other.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back, and this time I'm gonna bring a drone. I'm gonna bring a crew with me. I'm gonna bring a fucking 360 cam, and I'm gonna get caught on fire like I did last time. But now it's gonna be like sick content versus just like, hey, on my fucking shitty Android, I gotta fucking add this to the next thing I need to fix, right? Like, for sure.
If you would like to donate to Justin to come cuddle Justin,
Yeah,
This could be
can
your
you put
last
your
chance.
can you put your OnlyFans link right
Yeah,
down here?
Yeah. The reason why I kept getting Androids is like I had this girlfriend that would like always go through my shit, and then at one point she was like, "I would trust you a lot more if I could track your location if you got an iPhone." And I broke my phone. I was like, I love Androids. I don't know what the fuck it is. Like, so I got another Android, but we're not together. It's been a while now, so we get a fucking iPhone now, dude.
Well, when does all this YouTube stuff come out?
Yeah.
I'm dropping it right now at JJ Governale.
JJ Governale.
Right. It's cool, man. I'm figuring it out. Like you both are content creators, right?
Mm-hmm.
I've been a creator-ish, but I didn't take it seriously. I would just be like, look at this cool content on a
Yeah, yeah.
phone, right? But what you realize, if you want it to look good, you have to put money into it. And that's what I'm finally doing, right?
Yeah.
And,
it'll
and
work.
it compounds, right?
Yeah, it'll work.
And,
All this stuff you're doing and everything that you've got coming out, it'll work.
Yeah.
yeah. I got some big news launching soon, but I'll
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
every
post about it
time,
later.
every time you got something new, you just come over here and not have any pie,
Yeah.
and we don't point at that.
Don't look over there.
Don't you dare look at.
Unless it's cream pie.
Don't even look at the. Listen. Go back to the Colt.
Okay.
And if you like my little display here,
Yeah,
thank
we
you,
got,
Caleb.
How
I
long
got
has
the
that burger
case
been
for
there?
it.
How long has that burger been there?
3 weeks now?
Yeah, it's on its third week.
What kind of from where was it from?
That's a chicken
That's
sandwich.
a chicken
actually.
sandwich from 7-Eleven.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's a chicken and
It,
cheese.
it looks like
Isn't
that
that
day one.
crazy, dude?
Yeah, it looked like that day one.
You want to touch it?
No.
Yeah. Just put your finger on top of it.
Oh my god, dude.
Yeah,
that
dude.
goes in your body.
Yeah.
It's supposed to.
Yeah.
I wouldn't now.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Now I've added this to their
Oh yeah.
the pesos.
Yeah, dude.
The pesos that Justin was robbed of.
Yeah.
And your beautiful sandwich.
$10 or some shit.
This thing, I need to get a 7-Eleven sticker for it. Like, until 7-Eleven writes us like, can you please take the fucking sandwich down?
That's
Hey,
crazy,
$250,000. We'll take the sandwich.
That's fucking crazy.
Go ahead
though,
and
dude.
tag 7-Eleven in the comments.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you would, just comments at 7-Eleven.
Actually, do us one better. If you happen to go to a 7-Eleven,
Yell frick.
yes, say frick out loud while you're there. But if you could get a chicken sandwich while you're there and send us a picture of you with your chicken sandwich.
That would be awesome.
Tag us in it.
To the Instagram.
That'd be great. I mean, like you
Yeah.
don't have to go out of your way to go do this, but like if you're a 7-Eleven goer,
If you can.
yeah, and
Yeah.
if you enjoy a chicken sandwich, especially 7-Eleven,
Yeah.
do it.
And then,
tag us in the picture. We want to see that. We'll share it to our page.
Tag us and then make sure you have the hashtags. Hashtag 7-Eleven. Hashtag never forget.
Yeah.
And then make sure you go to Justin's Instagram account and constantly berate all of his comments with "come cuddle."
Come
Yeah,
cuddle.
yeah,
Let's come
yeah.
cuddle.
Let's
Let's go.
definitely
Let's get
yeah.
this cult going.
Yeah, get
Yeah,
the
dude.
cult going. Help him.
If I see it
cuddle.
at least once, I'm be like, holy shit, it works. Because I
Yeah.
always see people like, make sure you comment this. But if it
Yeah.
works, I'll be like, I
It's
made
gonna
it.
be great. We're gonna get a lot of come cuddles on your page.
Yeah.
that's for sure.
Let's see UM cuddle, right? Just
Sure.
so we're all in the same
Come cuddle.
hashtag
Man,
train.
oh shit.
Yeah, come
oh,
cuddle.
Shit.
Yeah.
Oh man, that would be
Come cuddle
hilarious,
train.
actually.
Yeah.
Like
That'd be
especially if he posts a story or anything with a girl, instantly just come cuddles. Like so
Yeah,
she has to
Spam
ask
it. I'm
like,
like,
what does this
no.
mean,
Yeah.
Justin?
No.
Yeah,
Justin,
just
be
the
like-
squirt gun emojis. And
Yeah,
then come
squirt
cuddle.
gun.
A
Come
long
cuddle.
time ago, I was a different person. Like, when? like a week ago. But
Okay.
I'm in
It's just
another
like-
cult now. I
yeah,
quit
it's
the cult. I'm with
always
you, babe. I'm with
changing.
you.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I'm normal.
Well, thank you for coming in.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
thank
this
you.
was fun.
This
These
is
were
fun.
really cool stories.
Yeah.
We like were. I was enamored most of this podcast.
we were
I was-
silent.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, we were definitely way more silent this episode.
I was like,
'cause
I've changed, and I
it
was
was
like-
just it was fun stories. So yeah, that was a good time. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
So yeah, thanks for coming.
Yeah, dude. I've changed. I was like, no.